Hey everyone, I need to change the oil in the Jeep, so I figured I'd take this opportunity to show everyone how easy it is to change your own oil instead of taking it somewhere. Save yourself a couple bucks. So there's three locations we're really going to be paying attention to for doing this. One's going to be the oil dipstick on the passenger side. This is where you're going to check the oil levels. You can do it before and after we replace the engine oil. Other location is going to be right here. This is going to be where you're going to replace the engine oil filter. You're just going to unscrew this cap, and attached to the cap is going to be the filter we're going to pop off and replace with the new filter. And the last location is going to be right here. This is where you're going to take off the cap and fill up your engine with new oil. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here are the tools that you're going to need to change the oil yourself. You're going to need 6 quarts of oil. It's going to be the SAE 5W20. In this case, I'm using the Rural Purple brand. The oil filter, we're using a Mopar. The model number is M0744. You'll need a couple rags for a cleanup. Some tools are going to be a 1/2 inch socket or a wrench, whichever works best for you for removing the oil drain plug. And then this is going to be a 15/16 or a 24 millimeter socket in order to remove the cap for the oil filter. Lastly, you're going to need a oil pan, a catch. This is going to be where the used oil is going to be placed once you remove the oil plug. And then you're just going to need a funnel for putting the new oil into the engine. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is remove the oil filter cap to get access to the oil filter. When you remove the cap, you're going to notice that the oil filter is currently attached. So there's the oil filter, and you're also going to notice there's a gasket, a rubber ring around the top. We're going to replace that as well, and that comes with the Mopar oil filter package. All right, now we're going to remove the oil drain plug. So we have our oil pan right here. We're going to set it up underneath the engine oil pan and remove the bolt. And let it flow. Alright, now that we have all the oil drained out of the engine oil pan, we're just going to replace the filler plug. Now that we've drained the oil, we're going to replace the filter. We're just going to basically twist it back and forth. You're going to see it's a couple clips in here, and it attaches to the top inside where the oil filter is. So you see them right there. We're also going to replace the gasket. We're just going to take a small screwdriver, just get it around here and pop it off. See there? And do the same thing. We're just going to put the new one on, just kind of wrap it around the top here and pull it down. Now we're going to take the new filter, pop it back in the cap. From what I've read, there's no priming required, like on the older filters that are mounted up onto the bottom of the engine. This one we're just going to pop right in. Let's see here. And then Install it back. Alright, next we're going to remove our filler cap. It's going to read engine oil and the model of the oil we need to use. Just place that to the side. We're just going to put our funnel on now and start pouring the oil in. Now you just need to do that 5 more times. Now that we have all 6 squirts of oil in here, we're just going to remove the funnel from the filler. And it's going to drip out a little bit of oil, so just have a rag ready. And then we're just going to take our filler cap and place it back on. Now the final thing we need to do is check the oil level. So first, once all the nuts, the caps, everything else are back on, you're going to want to start your Jeep up, let it run in idle for about 5 minutes, get all the oil flowing, the juices flowing through the system, and then turn it off. Then come over. It's going to be on the passenger side. There's going to be a yellow ring that's going to read engine oil on the top. What we want to do is just pull it out, and I'll show you. Hopefully you can see it in the video. There's a little bit of gloss on the hatch area of the dipstick, so we're going to clean that off first. Make sure it's nice and clean, so you can see there. And then we're going to put it back in, check the level, and it looks good. So as long as there's oil sufficiently within the hatch area of the engine oil dipstick, means you're good to go. If you're anywhere below, if you're halfway down or below halfway down, I'd recommend putting a little bit more oil in. But 6 squirts does it well. Now the final thing you need to do is dispose of the oil that you've just drained out of the Jeep. So you'll see that it's in the oil pan here. What you need to do is just basically pour it into some containers. You can pour it right back into the oil containers that you put the new oil into the Jeep engine with. I have a couple of larger containers. I'm just going to pour it in there. Then you could take it to any service station. Anyone that does oil changes. There's a local Walmart that's around me that does service on cars. I'm just going to fill it up there, take it up, sign in the logs, drop it off. Total time for the engine oil change was about maybe 15-20 minutes, give or take. Very simple, as you see. If you have any questions or comments, or just wanted to know a couple things before you do it yourself, feel free to leave a comment in the section, and I'll be sure to answer it. Thanks. Now that we have all the oil drained out from the engine, we're just going to replace the drain plug in the oil pan.